Hello beautiful people and welcome to Yoga with Sacha. Today we're going to be taking a look at a short Yin Yoga sequence. So get into something extremely comfortable and I will see you on the mat. Namaste. So let's just begin in a seated position. Find a way of sitting that feels comfortable for you. Sit up on a block if you want to. And take a moment to just close your eyes. Take a moment to just follow your breath as you breathe in and out through your nose. Seeing if you can find a way to breathe using the full capacity of your lungs. And as you do this, remembering that your lungs are 3D. So you're also breathing into the back of your body and into the sides of your body. Taking a moment to just tune into how your mind feels right now, what kind of thoughts you've been having. And taking another moment to tune into how your body feels. What feels good? Anything that feels a little bit sensitive, that needs a bit of extra attention today. And then finally bringing your awareness to the center of your chest, to your heart space. And just seeing if there's an intention for the session. Some kind of goal or wish or dedication for this practice. You can bring your hands to your heart center, really pressing your thumbs into your sternum, taking in a deep breath, breathing out your intention, and then letting it go, opening your eyes. So from here, regardless of what position you started in, you can come to a position where you're bringing the soles of your feet to touch. You want to place your fingers underneath your toes. You can kind of cradle your toes. And then from here, seeing if you can find an upright posture. I talk a lot about mobile phone asana, how we're in this kind of hunched over position a lot of the time. So is there any opportunity to really lift there? Really lift your heart, lift your spine. Tucking your chin ever so slightly in towards your chest, lengthening the back of your neck. And then from here, as you inhale, you might want to lift the knees and sit up even straighter. And as you exhale, seeing if you can drop your knees a little bit. So most of us have tight hips. The hips are the seat of the emotions, so it's where a lot of stuck stuff can happen. So take a moment to just breathe here. So in Yin Yoga practices, you typically hold the pose for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes or 10 minutes even. So we're going to be going slowly, you're going to be holding each pose for quite a long time. So also through this, listen to your body. If you need to come out of a pose sooner, then give yourself that. If you need to adapt it, so in this one, if you have sensitive knees, you can place blocks underneath your knees or cushions to fill the space between your knees and the ground. Keep inhaling and lengthening your spine. Keep exhaling and drawing your knees a little bit closer to the mat. See if they can move 1 millimeter deeper each time, as long as that feels good to you. Now just so we can feel a slightly different variation, we're going to bend our elbows and this time allow ourselves to come forwards. So you're coming into a forward fold and you can actually press your legs down a little bit with your elbows, physically causing even more of a stretch through your hips. So we're really just beginning to warm up here, so don't force anything, but play with it. Play with where your boundaries are today. So as much as possible, keeping your attention on your breath. Keeping your breath smooth and deep. And your awareness of your breath will feel different with every variation of the practice, and really with every movement that you make in your body. So it's never a static thing. Inhaling and slowly coming back with an upright spine. And then you can place your hands underneath your knees and support your legs as you lift them back up. We can bring our legs out in front of us here, come into a seated position. Taking a moment to inhale, bringing your arms up towards the sky. And then exhaling, bringing your right arm forwards and your left arm back to come to a twist. From here you can turn to look over your left shoulder. And the same kind of dance is coming on in this pose. So as you inhale, lengthening your spine a little bit, maybe even coming out of the twist ever so slightly. And as you exhale, twisting deeper. Really important to never force twists. So listen to your spine, listen to your back. Go as far as you're ready to go. We're going to be staying here for a little bit of a while, so you've got time. You've got time to do this in a way that works for you. You can notice how the pose will feel different from moment to moment. And use this information to keep yourself feeling as comfortable as possible, whilst also getting the best stretch that you can, the best stretch for you. Inhaling, slowly bringing your head around, then your shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, come back round to face the front. And then the arms come back up, reaching up to the sky, finding that length. And then exhaling, twisting in the opposite direction. Left arm comes forward, right arm comes back. And you can turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Staying rooted through your legs. Noticing that it might feel really different from one side to the other. And that's pretty normal for all yoga poses. Over time, the more we practice, the more we can create balance between the left and right sides of our body. So again, thinking of lifting slightly on the inhalations, maybe even backing out of the twist ever so slightly. And as you exhale, twisting deeper, maybe being able to move a millimeter further out. And if your mind is wandering, then bring it back to your breath. Bringing your full attention to focus on your inhalation and your exhalation. Noticing how in twist poses especially, your breath will take an unusual course. One side of your lungs will be much more open than the other side. Giving all of your internal organs a squeeze, encouraging detoxification and better circulation. Taking 3 more breaths here. And again, coming out as slowly as you can after your 3rd breath. Starting with your head, then shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back. Again, reaching up and just stretching towards the sky. And this time as we exhale, we can fold forwards, coming into a forward bend. So keeping your toes flexed here, pointing up towards the sky. Again, aiming to keep your spine long. If you have hyperextended knees or sensitive knees, you can place a cushion underneath them. Hyperextended knees is when your knees actually kind of banana slightly. They look like they're bending a little bit the wrong way. In fact, they are bending a little bit the wrong way. And I find in classes it's very common. I'd say, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 20% of the people that I've worked with tend to have this. So you can alleviate this by either keeping a micro bend in the knees whenever you're doing a forward bend, or placing a cushion. And this isn't a bad thing for everybody to do, so it's a good thing for us all to do, but especially if you have hyperextended knees. So just be mindful of that as we go through. And again, playing with that flow, inhaling and finding length through your spine. And exhaling and walking your hands maybe a little bit further forward, coming down a little bit lower. Avoiding mobile phonasana of curving over. Really opening your heart, drawing your shoulder blades towards the back of your body, even as you fold forwards. It's a bit of a paradox. It will mean that it probably doesn't feel quite so impressive. You'll be further from your knees, but you'll be getting a beautiful stretch, and you'll probably be feeling this through not only your hamstrings, but also your lower back. It can really help to create decompression in the lower back, this pose. And the way that we use our hamstrings can have huge benefits for our back health. We live in a time when a lot of people are suffering from lower back pain. And if our hamstrings are lacking flexibility, then often our back will have to take more of a load in our day-to-day movements. I know a lot of people find them really hard and don't really enjoy hamstring stretches. I used to really feel like that, and now I love them. It took me a long time to get there. These poses are actually the ones that have the biggest restorative benefits, the biggest relaxing benefits in your body. So I love a good forward bend. If there was one yoga pose that everybody should do today, every day, then this would be one of my candidates. So wherever you are, on your next inhalation, finding a bit more length. Even if you already feel like you're as long as you can be, find another millimeter. And then as you exhale, maybe dropping a little bit deeper. You can have your hands on the tops of your thighs and your calves. If you're feeling very flexible today, then you can hold on to your feet. But being aware with this one that there's no prize for getting lower down. It's all about your own body and creating the space that you need within it. So from here, with your next inhalation, walking your hands back up your legs, coming back to an upright position. You can even place your hands under your knees and just create a little bit of movement, a little cheeky jiggle, waking your legs back up again after that deep stretch. Lovely. So we're going to end with one more pose. For this, I invite you to come and bring your bum right by the wall. If you have a wall. If you don't have access to a wall from wherever you're practicing, then it's fine. We're doing legs up a wall pose, so you can literally just put your legs in the air. But if you have a wall, even better. And the way to do this is you can have a little bit of a fidget and lie down so that your arms are out in front of you, but your sacrum is in contact with the wall. And from this position, you can literally lift your left leg and then your right leg. And voila, you're in legs up the wall pose. And you can get there without having to shuffle and shift around and put any real tension in the lower back. So from here I'm going to invite you to bring your arms over your head. So this is a really gentle inversion. Inversions are poses generally where your hips are higher than your head, or upside down poses. Most of us spend all day on our feet. Probably all of us. Actually, I can't think of a single job where you're doing this. So it's really nice to reverse it, to shift things up. Give your feet a break and give your brain a lot more circulation of blood. So again, bringing your awareness to your breath. Feeling your belly rise on the inhale. And feeling your belly button drop towards your spine on your exhale. You can keep your legs where they are, or if you like, you can bring them a little bit wider. As wide as feels good to you, as wide as your walls will allow. And you can close your eyes here if you like. And just enjoy taking this moment for total relaxation. Knowing there's nothing you need to do right now apart from be here. And give yourself this time to relax and restore yourself so that you can give even more to the people that you love and have even more energy to channel into the things that are really important to you. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. So if your mind is wandering, then just bring it back to your breath. 5 full breaths. And after your 5th breath, or maybe more than 5th breath, bring your heels back towards each other if you have your legs wide. And take a final moment to bring your knees towards your chest. Maybe we can kick the soles of our feet up towards the sky so we come to happy baby pose. Malasana. You can rock a little bit from side to side if you have the space to, or you can just stay still, having a final deep hip stretch. Taking 3 more breaths here to finish this practice. And after your 3rd breath, slowly rolling over onto one side, working your way up and away from your wall if you're lying against the wall, and coming to lie down in Shavasana. So you can either lie straight down here, or have your feet mat width apart and your knees drop together. I always like to offer this option, especially if you have any lower back issues or lower back pain, then this is a really great one to relieve that. You can also lie with your legs straight out. So bringing your awareness to your breath. You stay here for as long as you need. And thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. Feel free to like it or subscribe if you're liking this video. Plenty more where this is coming from. I wish you the best day ever. Namaste.